The MLG clutch is probably the most famous Minecraft mechanic, but even then, most players don't know the multitude of different possible clutches. Therefore, in this video I'll be showing every kind of clutch possible in Minecraft. I won't be going over repeats like grabbing an item and then clutching, or clutching with the item on the wall. Instead, I'll only be going over the normal way and the reasoning for its difficulty. I hope you enjoy. So the first clutch you've probably seen Dream pull off in a manhunt, and when he does it, it's pretty impressive. But normally it's actually pretty easy, because instead of having just 2 blocks of time before you have to pull off your clutch, you now have 3.5 blocks of time. So yeah, it's much easier to pull off than even a water bucket. But yeah, it's a fun clutch. The next clutch is the water bucket clutch. We all know it, we all love it. It's pretty easy. You have 2 whole blocks of time to pull it off, and that makes it very forgiving when it comes to the timing. Now with the water bucket clutch, you're actually very free to move around and not so restricted in the area where you have to land. And that actually makes it easier in some ways than the mount clutch. The next clutch is the ladder clutch, and it's just a tier above the water bucket clutch, because even though it's very similar, you need to be a bit more precise in your landing, because you need to land next to like a 1 block difference. Otherwise, it's just like the water bucket clutch and it's pretty easy to do. Yeah, now we're moving a step up in difficulty to the block clutch, and this is with any block like the hay bale, the slime block, or the honey block. Any block that prevents you from taking too much fall damage. Now the reason it's a bit more difficult is because the 1 block that you need to land on actually takes away one of the 2 blocks you have before you hit the ground. And so instead of having 2 blocks of time, you now only have 1 block of time. Now this next clutch is the boat clutch. It's a bit more difficult because you need to press twice in order to survive the fall, and 2 times that require a very precise timing. In practice, this means that you pretty much have to survive 2 clutches in 1 MLG clutch, and that obviously adds a good level of difficulty on top. And yeah, that's what makes it a bit more difficult. Second to last, we have the slow falling splash potion clutch. The name is a bit of a tongue twister, and the clutch is also pretty difficult to pull off. What makes it so difficult is that it's unlike many of the other clutches, as it requires a different timing, because you have to throw the potion well before you're near the ground. On top of this, you'll only get the slow falling effect if you're on the same Y level as the splash potion when it hits. This means you will only have 1 block's worth of time to hit the clutch. Finally, we have the strider clutch. This clutch requires 2 fast consecutive clicks in order to land it. One to place the saddle and another to sit on the saddle. This means if you don't have a fast clicking technique, or if your right click isn't bound to the scroll wheel, you won't be able to pull the clutch off. It's very difficult to do this clutch consistently, which is why I've ranked it as nearly impossible. But that was it. If you learned something or enjoyed the video, let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.